we're going to start today from mountain pose, standing at the front of your mat. We're going to take the feet this time hip distance apart, so really feel where those hips are and let the feet come in a straight line down the leg towards the ground. And let's spread out those toes once you've found your position. Feel like your knees are drawing up towards your hips. Your belly button is lifting a little bit to keep this pelvis in line so that your chest can open and your spine can lift up long and straight and your shoulders can drop down your back. Let's just release those shoulders a little bit, so rolling them up as you inhale and rolling them back as you exhale, making some shoulder circles and bringing your awareness to your breath. Deepening your breath as you roll those shoulders out. So using movement to find your way back to your breath, back to your body. Deep exhales, releasing all attention in your body. One last time, inhale. And exhale. Let it go. Alright. Tuck the chin in towards the chest and follow the head down. Let the head be pulled by gravity as you roll all the way down towards your feet into forwards fold. You can bend your knees a little bit. So we're going to hang out here for a few breaths. You can hook and cup opposite elbow and just have a little sway side to side. Or you can just stay still. Keep on with that deep breathing wherever you are. Bring your awareness into that breath, releasing with every exhale deeper into the fold. So we're getting right on into the practice today. Take every moment of stillness, every moment of exhale to bring your awareness deeper into your body, letting go of any thoughts, judgments or expectations, and just coming into the present moment. Alright, release those arms. Roll all the way up, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other until you're back up to a standing position. Reach your arms up towards the sky, look on up. Draw your belly button in a little bit and tuck your pelvis so that you're long and straight. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Deep inhales, deep exhales. One last time, inhale. And exhale, tuck that chin, roll all the way down towards your feet one more time. Good. This time we're going to inhale and half lift, lengthen your spine, bring your hands towards your shins. Exhale, fold on over. Going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the legs, hands to the shins. Exhale, bend the knees if you want to, roll down. Again, inhale. Lengthen out that spine, exhale, curve over. One last time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curve on over, plant your hands down, step back to high plank position. We're going to take a mini vinyasa flow here, so drop the knees down, elbows in close as you press towards the ground, belly off. Inhale, belly down, chest up, low cobra. And we're going to push back through tabletop, sit back onto your heels into child's pose, reaching the arms out really long in front of you. Maybe connecting that forehead down towards your mat, spreading out those fingertips. Maybe paying attention to what your toes feel like, spreading those out as well. Deep breaths. One last inhale. And exhale, come on up to a tabletop position. So stack those wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to take cat-cow, so inhale, reach the chest forward, tailbone up, reaching them away from each other, pulling away. Exhale, belly button lifted, curve up the spine, press into the hands. Inhale, reach it forwards. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curve on up. Again, inhale, pull it forwards, hips reaching away from the head. Exhale, belly button pulls on up. And come into a neutral, long spine. Alright, we're moving into puppy pose now, so reaching the arms forward, hips reaching up high, inhale. Exhale, let the chest sink through between the shoulder blades, coming towards the ground, sinking down. We're taking a few breaths here. So every exhale, sink a little deeper. Remember those fingers and toes. Alright, one last deep inhale. And exhale, press back onto those heels, find your child pose one last time, sitting on down, reaching the spine long. Alright, roll back on up, tabletop position, and then maybe you want to reach your hands a little bit further forwards to step on out into a high plank position. Drawing that belly into line, so belly button lifted, wrapping the upper arms in towards each other, and breathing for a few breaths here to find that strength to wake up a little bit. Alright, so we're going to take a full vinyasa flow, dropping down, elbows close, Chaturanga Dandasana. Pull on up, inhale, upwards facing dog. Keep those thighs lifted off the mat. Exhale, rock back, downwards facing dog. Take a little breath here. Really reaching those heels down, planting the fingertips down, reaching the spine long. Hips away from the shoulders, shoulder blades away from the neck. Alright, and we're going to lift up the left leg towards the sky. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Plant the foot in between the hands if you can. Turn the back foot out, heel down, come on up. Warrior two, hips to the long edge of your mat. Make sure that front ankle is further forward than the knee. And we're going to take a few lunges here. So inhale, lengthen up the front leg, draw your hands in towards you, however feels good, and exhale, press them out. Again, so you can pull the arms up underneath. Exhale, press out, or you can lift them up. And exhale, press out. A few more. Press it out. Reach it out. One last time. Press it out, and when you reach the end of your deep bend, reach the arm back towards the back, lengthened leg up and over, reverse warrior. Keeping that front knee bent. Alright, good. Back to warrior two. So turn the hips towards the front of the mat, tucking the back toes underneath, heel lifted, into a high lunge. And we're going to take the arms forward into lightning bolt, and then reach them up and draw the elbows down behind those shoulder blades. So we're going to take a few of these, reaching the weight forward over that front leg, and up and back. Make sure you have a little bit of room in front of you. Reach it forwards, up and back. Again, forwards, up and back. We'll do two more. Reach it forwards, up and back. One last time. Spread out those toes of that front leg, out and back. Alright, reach those arms up one last time. And then the right hand comes down beside the left foot, twisting to open to the other side. Drawing the belly button in. Maybe bending that back leg for support a little bit, or lifting the knee and drawing it up towards you. Right, so find your balance here. We're going to take the top arm back towards that back thigh. The arm that was on the ground, the right arm reaching up now towards the sky. Twisted warrior. Good, alright. Both hands down beside the front foot, step it back, high plank. Elbows close, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, rock it back. Downwards facing dog. We're going to do that all on the other side. So inhale, reach up the right leg. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Plant the foot as far forward as you can. Shuffle however you need to. And turn on out to the long edge of your mat on the other side, warrior two. Making sure that front ankle is further forward than the knee. And we're going to take our lunges. Inhale. Exhale, reach it out. Inhale. Exhale, press it out. Inhale. Deep breaths. Pulling up that belly button. Long line with the spine. Always moving with this bend and stretch. Feeling those toes and those fingertips. One last time. Press it out. Good. Alright, once you reach the end of your bend, keep the legs where they are. Reach the back hand back towards that back leg, reaching up and over, reverse warrior. Deep breaths. Feeling that side stretch. Alright, back to warrior two. Hips to the front of the mat, tucking those back toes underneath. I'm going to shuffle back. Maybe you want to join me so that you've got a little bit of room in front of you. And we're doing those back releases by reaching the arms forward, lightning bolt. Exhale, drawing the arms back behind you. Reach it forwards. Reach it back. Strengthen the thigh. Strengthen opening in the back. Reach it back. Reach it forwards. Deep breaths. Breathing through that nose. One last time. And reach it back. And reach those arms up. And exhale, left hand beside front right foot, twisting, opening. Right arm towards the sky. Catching up with those deep breaths. And then really finding your footing, spreading out your toes. See if you can reach the top arm back towards that back leg. Body coming up, left hand in the sky, twisting around. Deep breaths. Alright, both hands down beside the front foot. Step it back, high plank. Chaturanga, elbows close. Inhale, upwards facing dog, thighs off the ground. Exhale, reach it back. Downwards facing dog. Really ground those heels down. Spread out the hands, spread out the fingers. Take a little breather here to stretch out. And then looking forwards, inhale, walk towards the front of your mat. Try to bring your big toes together. The heels can be a little bit apart. We're taking that half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold on over. Inhale, rise on up. Reach up with the arms. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Prayer position. Mountain pose. Alright, so we're going to step the right foot back. Make sure you've got room out to move in front of you, so you can shuffle a little bit further back if you want to. Now, with both feet facing the long edge of the mat, the hips facing there too, we're going to turn the left foot back towards the front of the mat, and the right back foot in a little bit, so both heels are planted. We're moving into triangle pose, arms reaching wide. Inhale. Exhale, fold as far sideways, reaching sideways as you can, and then reach down towards the shin, the ankle, or hooking that big toe, whichever feels better. Reaching up with that top arm or keeping the hand on the hip. Lengthening the head away from the hips and opening out that torso to the long edge of the mat. Staying here for a little breather, a few breaths. Keeping the neck in whatever position feels good for you. You can look up or down or straight forwards. And then we're going to bring that top hand onto the hip if it's not already. Bend the front knee and reach the arm as far forward as you can, I suppose. Not that far forward. Onto the hand, onto the fingertips. Release, bring the weight into the front leg and release that back leg off the ground. Lengthening up the front knee, lengthening up both knees, and maybe taking that top arm towards the sky into this half moon pose. Take a few breaths here, really find the grounding, the balance. One more breath. And we're going to step it back, come all the way up with the body. Alright, hips now towards the front of the mat. Both feet turned a little bit more forwards and feet the same width apart as your hips, so like they're on train tracks that are designated by the hips. The left hand, so the same as the front leg, on the hip, reach it up with the top arm, reach up as high as you can, inhale. Exhale, reach as far forward as you can now, and then bring the hand to the outside of the front leg, the shin, the ankle, beside the front foot. Again, twisting and keeping maybe the hand on the hip or reaching it up towards the sky. Shuffle out a little bit if you need to. So trying to twist that torso to the other edge of your mat. And again, we're going to move straight from here into the same kind of balance we were just in, but twisted. So hand onto the hip, bending the front knee, reaching that front hand forwards onto the hand, onto the fingertips, lengthening up the back leg, lengthening up both legs, and maybe twisting to open. Really gently trying to find your balance. You can come all the way up onto the fingertips if that feels good for you. And then we're going to step it back. Both feet towards the long edge of the mat. And we're going to repeat all that on the other side. So this time, turning out the right foot towards the short edge. The back foot turned in a little bit, arms wide, inhale. Reach sideways over that right foot and then come down to the shin, the ankle, or hooking the big toe with the first two fingers. Hand on the hip or in the sky. Lengthening up the knees or bending a little bit if you need to. Alright, hand back onto the hip, bend the front knee, reach the arm forward onto the ground, fingertips or on the hand, lengthen off the back leg, lengthen both knees up, open out into this balance. Good, one more breath. And step it back, reach the body up, turning towards the short edge of the mat at the back, hips train track for the feet. So now we're going to have the right hand onto the hip, the left hand in the sky. Inhale, exhale, reach as far forward as you can and then bring the hand to the outside of the front leg, the shin, the ankle, onto the floor beside the foot, twisting the other way with the body, maybe reaching up with the arm. Deep breath. And we're taking the twisted version of the balance. So hand onto the hip, front knee bent, reaching the arm and forward onto the ground that was already beside the leg. Lengthen off the back leg, lengthen up the front knee. Open out, maybe reach the arm towards the sky. One more breath. And stand back up and move back towards the front of your mat. Feet together, mountain pose. Take a breath to recenter yourself. And now shuffle back a little bit, maybe more towards the middle of your mat so you've got room in front and behind you. We're going to move into Warrior 3. So reach off the right leg. Reach your hands down towards the ground or out in front of you. This right leg is going to come parallel to the floor, so we're reaching back. Deep breath. So those hands can be on the ground. You can just be tapping this back foot off a little bit to test the balance, or you can be reaching the leg and the arms off. One more breath. And come back up to standing. We're going to repeat on the other side. So spread out those feet to start. Lift off the left leg this time and reach it back off of the ground. Doing really well. Keep breathing. Whatever you're doing, if you're testing out your balance a little bit, maybe you're holding it, maybe you're just trying for a few seconds, that's great work in your own body. You know yourself. Alright, come back on up. Find your mountain pose. And then spread your feet out towards the edges of your mat. Toes reaching out. Bending those knees. Sitting down into a squat pose, so make sure those knees are facing the same way as the feet. You can turn the feet in or out depending on that knee direction. Sit down as low as you can. If you're all the way down, don't focus on bringing those elbows in into prayer position. Just reach the arms forward, release that spine a little bit. Deep breaths. One last inhale. And exhale, lengthen up the legs. Walk the toes in a little bit until your feet are hip distance apart. And we're releasing into forwards fold over those legs. You can cup opposite elbow again. Have a little sway. See if you're any more flexible, any further down than you were. Just observe it without judgment, without praise or criticism. Just feeling if your body feels any better or if you need to do anything else for yourself. Alright, so from here release the elbows. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands down, step it back, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. And we're going to reach those arms out in front of you, so shuffle back if you need that room again like I do. And what we're going to do is we're going to lengthen up both the arms and the feet. See if you can lengthen along the ground and uplift them off the ground, even the tiniest bit for a little breath. So inhale, reach them off. Exhale, lower it down. I'm going to do that 4 more times. Inhale, lengthen off, reaching the hands away from the feet, long line. Exhale, lower it down. Again, inhale. Exhale, lower it down. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen off even the slightest little bit of light. Exhale, lower it down. No worries if you're just reaching as far as you can along the ground. Inhale, last one. Exhale, lower it down. Good. Alright, bring the hands beside the shoulders. And we're pressing up to high cobra, as high as you can for an inhale. And exhale, lower all the way down. We'll do that 4 more times. Inhale. Reach it up as high as you can. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale. If you want to come up higher, come onto the fingertips. Exhale, lower it down. Again, inhale. And exhale, lower it down. One last time, we're going to stay up now. Inhale. Reaching up as high as you can for a few breaths. Really turn those knees down towards the ground. Don't let them turn out. Breathing, wrapping those upper arms in towards each other. One last inhale. And exhale, press onto your knees and sit back onto those heels. Child's pose. Shuffle a little bit further forwards if, like me, you are really far back. Alright, come up onto hands and knees. Step back into high plank. Press up, hips high, downwards facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen out in your down dog. Looking forwards, walk to the front of your mat, big toes together, half lift, lengthen your spine, lengthen your legs. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, reach it up, arms reaching up high. Exhale, hands coming to prayer position, mountain pose. Okay, so we've made it to our peak pose of the practice, dancer pose. So I'm going to talk you through a few variations to try. So the first, pick up any leg which feels good for you, balancing on the one leg, spreading out the bottom toes of the supporting leg and lifting up that knee. Take the leg back that's in the air, bending the knee, and reach for the front of the foot. So this quad stretch. So this is the first place to start. Feel free, if this is a lot for you, to hold onto the wall and take this stretch. If you really can't reach back for that foot, it's strong enough work to be reaching the foot up, using this hamstring to draw up the foot towards you. Or if you have a corner of the room, you can reach one hand onto one side and try to bring the foot onto the wall and move back towards it to stretch out that quad. So that's the first step to try it out, see how you feel, see if you want to move any deeper in the next stage. So that would be holding on to the outside of the foot, reaching the front arm forwards and reaching the foot by pulling up with the hand. Reaching up as high as you can, opening out that back. If you want to go deeper, hand on the inside of the foot and reach that foot up a little bit higher. Deep breaths. So wherever you are right now, take your pose, take a few breaths here. Good, and if you want to go even deeper, see if you can reach back with the top of the hand for the toes. Switch the hand that was on the foot to the toes as well and draw it behind you. Maybe reaching the foot up a little bit higher. Wherever you are, deep breaths. Find your stability in the pose. Okay, one last breath. And exhale, release the foot. And draw it forwards, plant it down to mountain pose. We're going to repeat on the other side. So, other leg, reaching back. Holding onto the foot. Stretching out the quad. Find your wall, whichever direction, if that is what is for you today. Feel free to pause and take it a little bit deeper. Take a little bit more time on it. Or you can reach the foot up, front arm forwards. You can even put the hand on the inside of the foot. Reach it a little bit higher. Or reach back for those toes. With both hands, lengthen up towards the sky. Deep breaths. Lengthen up the underneath knee as well as spreading out those toes that you're balancing on. One last breath. And release. Bring the knee forward, plant it down. Everyone move back to your mat. Toes hip distance apart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, forwards, fold. Releasing that back. This is the last stretch we're going to do. So maybe cup those elbows again, have a sway. Or maybe you want to walk those feet close together. Hold the backs of your legs and really stretch it out. Drawing the head down towards those feet. You can even bring your hands, palms up underneath those feet. Make sure they're hip distance apart. And fold over. The last pose, so slow down that breath. Every exhale, release a little bit more. Alright, release the hands if they're under your feet. And roll up one vertebrae at a time, really slowly, stacking them on top of each other until you're in a long, straight spine. Bring the feet together. Hands into prayer position if it feels good. And we're going to take this standing pose as our final cross-legged seated position would be usually. And we're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands into prayer position. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands into prayer position. One last time, inhale. Exhale, hands come into prayer position. Close your eyes if that feels good. Resting the thumbs against your heart center. Spreading out those toes. Drawing your awareness back into your body. Deep breaths. Feeling where you feel your breath best in your body. Let's take 3 last deep breaths. Inhale. As deep as you can, drinking in that air. And exhale through your mouth, sigh it out. Let it go. Again, inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. One last time, inhale. And exhale. Okay. So thank you for joining this class today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're present in your body, and hopefully I'll see you again next time.